Good day, everyone. Hope you are all doing well. It's been a while since I put a video up. Man, my life is unbelievably busy. It never seems to end. There's some days when I think I can do this all day long, and then there's other days when I don't even have time to eat. It's crazy how busy life can get. But I just want to take a second today just to kind of show you some of the masks that I have from one particular builder that I like. When I started this hobby a few years ago, I just, like everybody, I kind of went online and got myself established in the community and started some conversations and talking to some different guys and different mask makers, the strap maker, the different admins on different hockey mask sites, just, trying to get out there and get some leads on who the builders are and who the good ones are and who the bad ones are. And, just as a hockey fan, and I just love collecting goalie masks, and I'm very happy to be in the community and just, nothing good, nothing bad, or sorry, nothing bad. I have nothing bad to say about it. Like, it's been great. It really is to come home every day and kind of look around at this kind of stuff and, have people come into the house and tell them stories about them and just, the history of the masks themselves. And yeah, it's crazy. I grew up in the 80s as a kid, as a hockey fan when I started. And, these Cooper combo and cage masks were just, I loved them. And still to this day, there's the Mike Vernon over there. And, this could be anybody here from the 80s. Trechek's down there on the bottom, and just like a Dan Cloutier, and there's Dan Bouchard, and there's a bunch of them. They're all over the place. Pete Peters down there on the bottom. Just love them. That was my favorite kind of mask. But always had a love for the fiberglass mask from the 70s also. When I was a kid, that's when the goalies were kind of starting to change from those to these, and then eventually to these combo masks right here. So I guess about 3 years ago, I came across this builder on Facebook. James Power is his name, and he runs a site called Goalie Monster Canada, and just saw some of his work and just kind of fell in love with it. I mean, there's artists that can make a mask to look similar to a mask, just take the fiberglass and shape it and smooth it all out and put a paint job on it. But with James, I find that he makes the mask look like it would have looked like back then. Like, just a goalie took it off and handed it to you, and there you go. There's the mask that is as original as possible. Just an absolutely wonderful guy, really nice guy to talk to, communicate with. He does a really good job. So I just want to show you some of the masks in my collection that he built for me, and just kind of tell you a little story about each one, and we'll kind of take her from there. So the very first mask that I ever got from James was the Ken Dryden replica right there, the Target mask. Does a really good job. I loved his version of it. I like the colors. I just like the shape, the way it looks. The ears are kind of bowed out a little bit, like they would have been with Dryden back in the day, and I can't say enough about it. It's a beautiful mask. James will tell you himself that it's probably his #1 seller. People love that mask. Brings back a lot of memories, and it's absolutely fantastic. When I discovered that he did the Tony Esposito mask, and it's kind of a funny story. Like, I loved this mask as a kid. I always loved just the plain white, like the Mike Liut mask, and just a lot of the goalies before they get into paint, they just, they were simple. Like, look at that mask. There's nothing to it. It's just a fiberglass mask, painted white. And then Tony Esposito took this piece of a cage, and you can see right there, he taped it on there. That's another example of James making it look like literally as real as possible as it would have been back in the day. The mask is taped on, and once I found out that James made that, I'm like, wow, gotta have that. So that was definitely an order that I got from him. So I actually have 5 of them in my collection now, all built by James. So there is one right there. There's #2. That's got the game used look to it. There's #3. similar to the first one. Number 4 is right there. It's kind of hard to tell from the video, but this one has that big back plate that goes over the back of the head. So that's James Power, Goalie Monster Canada, Tony Esposito mask. That's my 4th one. And then there's number 5. Also has the game used look to it. And I only ordered one of them, the very first one. Every other one that I ordered, there's 3 of them together right there. He just puts them up on his site, puts a for sale sign on them, and I know he chuckles to himself every time I chime in and be like, yeah, James, I want that one. And now I'm up to number 5 with the Tony Esposito masks, and I just absolutely love them. So well done, James, on those. They're absolutely beautiful. And anybody wants a Tony Esposito replica mask, I mean, James is definitely the guy to go to. If he can get that cage and get it taped on there for you, you're going to absolutely love it. Another one of the early masks that I got from him was this Grand Fuhrer replica. I know from just following him on online that he's a big Grand Fuhrer fan. So when James makes this mask, or a mask worn by Grand Fuhrer, I just kind of feel like he's putting a little bit extra care into it, because this is his man right here. He loves him and does a very nice job on that mask. And yeah, that's one of the early ones from James. Grand Fuhrer, Edmonton Oilers. Here's a Grand Fuhrer combo, same thing, made by James, bought from James. This was another one of the early ones that I got from him. Does a really nice job on that also. The old oil spewing out. Love it. Brings back a lot of childhood memories right there. Another early combo that I got from James would be this Marty Brodeur replica mask. Same thing, just appeared on his site for sale, and I messaged him and asked him how much, and ordered it, and it was in the mail, and it arrived. Really good job on that one. I'm not going to take it out of there to show it to you more clearly, but you all know what the Brodeur mask looks like. Thing's heavy. Takes 2 arms to lift that baby. I don't know how they wear those on their heads, but it's a really cool mask. That Bernie Parent Blazers mask was also a James replica. He built that also. Does a really nice job on that. So there's Bernie Parent from the Blazers. Going back to the all plain white masks, just ignore that thing. That's just because I'm a goalie mask lover. There's a Mike Liut replica in there. Okay, I'll try to get a little better look at it. I don't like to touch them, and I don't like to move them. I put them in their place and kind of leave them there. There's another one there. This one is the game used version of it. It's got the sun shining in the background, but you can kind of see the chin. Mike Liut, St. Louis Blues. Just a fantastic mask. Geez, I remember that as a kid, and I loved it. Once again, going back to the plain white. So that's a Mike Liut replica, 2 of them. One new looking and one game used, both by James. In there is a Jacques Plante replica. Same thing. I have a few of them by him. This one here, nicely done. That's what started it all right there. So Jacques Plante replica with the white straps. Down here, I have this beside a Vladislav Tretiak 72 Summit Series Soviet Union replica mask, but it's kind of tucked away in there. But there is the pretzel mask by Ken Dryden, also made by Goalie Monster Canada. Nicely done. There's another Jacques Plante mask. Love Jacques Plante. I mean, who doesn't? This is the guy that started it all, so nicely done. Love that tape on the chin. Some people say it was for a little bit of extra protection on the chin. Some people say it's just to hold on to when he was putting on and off, but whatever the reason, we love that. So I saw this here on his site. He had it for sale for somebody, or an exact replica of this. This is not that particular one, but I was looking around one night and I saw the Jerry Cheever stitch mask. And I messaged him right away, and it was already sold. Somebody had already ordered it and bought it and paid for it. And I asked James if he could make me an exact replica of that replica. And he's like, oh yeah, no problem at all. So, a few weeks later when he was done, he sent me pictures of it, and I just couldn't believe how good that looked. The Jerry Cheever's mask, depending on the year he played, like some of them were rounded and Some of them had this kind of great big giant eye look to them, and the amount of stitches. I know the rounded one, it was just plastered. It almost looked black from far away, but I just love the look of this one with the stitches on it, where he would have been hit in the face by a puck where stitches would have been. But does a really, really nice job on the Jerry Cheevers stitch masks. So that's also from James at Goalie Monster Canada. Here's another one here, beside a little Vladislav Tretiak. This is the Great Terry Sawchuk. When I saw this one, I guess what I really loved about it was, it's kind of hard to see here, and I really don't like to touch them, but I'm going to, just to show you. So I'll move this out. You can see how if I can get it, the buckle's kind of rusted looking, and even the strap kind of has an old rusty look to it. And I remember when I bought that, when I first asked him about it, that was his first comment. You really love that rusted look, don't you? And I do. Like, it looks really cool. It just kind of, kind of hard to see it. I don't like to touch the masks. Anybody who knows me knows that. So once they're in place, they stay there. But he said, you really like the look of that mask with the rusted buckles, don't you? And I did. I loved it. It just kind of looks like it's right out of the rinks of the day. Moisture inside, turning them brown. And it was really, really cool looking. So, as you can see, there's, there are dozens and dozens of masks here. And I just wanted to make this little video for James, just to kind of thank him for everything. For anybody that orders a mask from him, just take a look around his site. He's absolutely great in everything he does, like the communication, the shipping, the prices, the artwork, the detail on the mask. Like I said, oh, there's a couple more here. I forgot about them. So here's these two are my newest ones. There's the Mike Palmateer Washington Capitals mask, and then this guy here. We know who that is. Gilles Gilbert, Boston Bruins, Minnesota North Stars, Detroit Red Wings. So those are the last two that I got from him just recently, and I will be ordering more. I remember when I got this mask, I kind of made a comment to James, like, look at it, it's just a plain white mask, and they back in the day they sat around and just took a Sharpie and drew stars on it, and James' comment was, think of Jerry Cheevers too. Just they just sat in the dressing room with a beer and probably a smoke going and a plain white mask with a Sharpie in their hands, and they created history. Like, they don't realize how far this has gone, and what it means for people like me or people like James that get to live this hobby every single day. Look at it. It's a plain white mask, but it's very recognizable. One of the most recognizable in history. And look at that. Literally sat around, took a Sharpie, drew a stitch on, and another, and another, and another, and created what most people believe is the greatest goalie mask ever made, or ever drawn on, painted on, you name it. So, geez, you gotta love this hobby. It's amazing. History right there. But yeah, have a look around his site. Hope I don't make him too crazy busy by making this video, but if I do, James, you're welcome. And I just can't say enough good about him. He's a fantastic guy, and I just want to kind of make a little video to show off some of his work. And yeah, that's it. It's a Friday here today. Got to work for the weekend as usual. But it's a great day to be a hockey goalie mask collector. It's a great day for fiberglass. It's a great day for combos. It's a great day for those Cooper helmet and cages. Love them. That's a fantastic mask right there. I call it a mask, but you can call it what you want. All right. Thanks for looking. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I would really appreciate that. Love the comments, love the likes, just love the views, love everything you guys do for me. So please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Tony Esposito. Rest in peace, my man. You were amazing.